Hello everyone, welcome back to the show. We're here at the Jewish Week's 36 on 36 retreat in New York City. The Jewish Week scoured New York to find the top 36 people under 36 who are doing incredible things around New York. And they brought them here to help them collaborate and learn new skills for their ventures. Let's take a look.
First of all, people rarely have the time. Everybody's busy and doing whatever it is that sort of got you here, and your passion and your commitment to what you're doing. But this is hopefully a one-day respite from the real world. If you can part from Blackberries and cell phones for a few hours, that would be great. And really, as I said at the outset, a chance to meet each other, to network, to see what kind of ideas that are preoccupying you, and if there are potentials for collaboration with other people here, some of whom you know, some of whom you may not know, all to the better. So again, we have no, as a Jewish Week, we have no ulterior motives, no planned outcomes, and we see this day as really a gift for you to, a chance to thank you for what you do, and a chance for you to meet and hopefully inspire each other, be inspired.
So I was nobody. I'm not from New York. Most people still don't know how to pronounce my last name. I am not like super networked from one of those families, and I never started an organization. I had no idea what I was doing. So, but what I did have was that fiery, I guess, Passover Jewish kind of spirit, which is we are awesome underdogs. And we are great at starting with nothing.
Consulting, and where consulting companies make lots of money is when they have a system. Like this is the McKinsey way of doing things. This is the Bain way of doing something, and then the clients. But you get the clients. So what is your system? Do you have something unique? And even if it's not, like when I did consulting, I used to say that every company I worked with, I had to start with a brand diagnostic. And it was just bullshit. I just called it a brand diagnostic. It sounded more official. Everybody who worked with me had to go through a brand diagnostic, and I could charge more money. It was great. So my suggestion is,
like a process.
Exactly. What is your unique process that you can put on a piece of paper and say to all your freelancers, if you're going to work through my consulting business, this is the process you have to use.
Robin fashion. We have a bunch of tables set up over there. Each table will have a question for itself, for the group, and each group will move to each table, which means that there will be about 4 different groups, and there will be 4 or 5 or 6 different questions, and each group will get a chance to do each question by moving from table to table. So you'll have a few minutes at one table dealing with the questions, then you'll move on to the next one, and by the end of the entire session, all the groups will have moved through all of these points here.
This can help in so many different ways. I actually started the Taproot Foundation by posting on Craigslist saying, I need a volunteer marketing director, I need a volunteer technology director, I need a volunteer, I forget what the third one was. I think it was like a programs director. And found people who are each willing to give 10 to 15 hours a week for over a year, who are phenomenal people that I just never would have even thought I could have paid. Like if I wanted to pay them, I don't think I could have paid them. Who did this work and really enabled us to get off the ground and take my idea and make it go from something that was my nonsense into something that actually had a website, and we had a party with 400 people, and there was all this momentum. And when funders came to that launch event and saw how many people in the community were excited about this and how much they'd given of their time, it gave the validation to them that this was something that actually had legs and it wasn't just some random dude's idea.
To my board chair, I was like, we have these committees, but every time they need to meet, I need to schedule a meeting. Like that's not helpful to me. I said, when we have our next board meeting, I want every board chair, the committee chair to come and have their set of goals for the year. And so they know what they need to take care of. And I'm pushing it back on the board for them to take ownership of what they need to be doing. And you know, they're all nice. They're like, well, we don't want to be a pain to you and ask you for reporting. I'm like, well, I need to report to you either way. So it's actually easier for me if you ask me for something and you're thinking ahead. So that's my, I'd probably say a few more things about that.
So I'd like to pick up on that ownership piece for a minute. Before I said that we bet on you when we're a funder and we're giving out money. First, the Jewish Week bet on you, right? That's why you're a 36 under 36. Your idea itself may have been what got their attention at first, but in the end, after looking at all the people that they interviewed and all the people that they were trying to focus on, they said, wow, you guys are the ones that we're ready to bet on. Now, having said that, here's the greatest challenge, I think, for all of you as you begin to work with boards. The boards are ready to bet on you, but by the same token, if you think of it like where boards really, where does this notion stem from, right? This is a corporate term. This is corporate America when you start talking about boards, right? It's somebody who owns a company and then one day decides, okay, in order to get the funding that I need, I'm prepared to start, taking my company, selling off pieces of it, let the public take a piece of it, and now we sell shares of the company and people buy it, and the board represents all the owners. They become the owners. They're the stockholders, they're the major stockholders, they're the people who say, okay, I'm ready to own this place, and they're ready to work with you, and that's why I like when you use the term ownership. I think the biggest challenge with working with boards, first for board members and for the executive directors, right? Are you prepared to let up some of the control that you think you have by holding up, which, by the way, this control thing is not all it's cracked up to be. It's not really there. But most of us walk around thinking this notion that, okay, I'm in control, we've got it, and this is what I'm going to hold on to.
As you can see, social entrepreneurship is a very exciting topic. This is Aaron Herman, and thank you for watching.